Hello and welcome to Doc Plays Games. Today I'm going to be playing through the unofficial solo variant from Milestones. This particular variant was created by Board Game Geek user DerekJ, and you can find it on the forums on the games page on Board Game Geek. I have a little bit of setup left to do. At this point, I have the scoring tokens out. I've placed the first marketplace on the board. I've placed all of the extra point discs randomized on the board on the little sort of shrubbery positions. I have the solo opponent, who I'm going to call Edith, on the trade house. I also have myself starting at the castle, and I have to draw 2 of these worker tiles, discard the rest, and open up a new market. The 2 that I'm going to pick are the 2 browns. I'll put that at the front, and I'm also going to take the 2 coins, and I'll put that at the back. Discarding the remainder of those tiles. 5 new tokens out, and then we'll be ready to start the game. Now, rather than give a lengthy rules explanation, I'm going to briefly talk about the moves that Edith takes, and then I'm going to launch right into my turn. These boards are set up as a rondel, and the player will actually traverse the entire length of different options, choosing which one she wants to stop at. Edith, on the other hand, only performs 5 actions. She'll hire workers, she'll build houses, she'll build marketplaces, she'll build roads, and she'll place flower bags on the market buildings. Those are the only things she'll do, and she does them in a very particular order. Let's jump over and take our first turn, then we'll worry about what Edith gets up to. So for my first turn, I want to collect some resources. I've realized I forgot my first coin. That's part of setup as well. The first bit of resources that I'm going to collect are these brown cubes, and I actually get 2 because wherever you place your worker, you end up getting all of the cubes of the same color that came before. So I'll get 2. And my second move is going to be to collect 2 coins. Now each turn I get to do 2 things, Edith gets to do 2 things, then it moves on to the next person. Those are my 2 moves, so it's Edith's turn. She is going to hire 2 workers as her first move. She doesn't have to pay any resources to do so, and in order to pick, I'm going to roll a d6. This is the only extra component that you'll need to be able to play Milestones with the solo variant. If I roll a 6, I'm going to end up re-rolling because 1 through 5 indicate which tile she's going to take. That's a 6. That's a 6. She rolled a 1, which means she's going to take the first tile. Edith places her tiles from left to right. When she places her 4th tile, the next time she hires a worker, she's just going to stack it up on top of this. As I said, she doesn't collect resources, so you never have to worry about any particular ordering. That's her first move, and her next move is to place a flower bag on a market. There is exactly 1 market out on the board, so that's where she's going to place it. Now, placing flower bags, building roads, building markets, and placing houses collects points for the player and for Edith. Placing flower bags allows the person who did it to collect points from 2 different milestone locations. Those milestone locations must be connected to the market on which the flower bag was placed. So here, Edith has 3 choices, and she's always going to favor collecting as many points as possible. So these 2 or these 2 or these 2 milestones are where she's going to collect her points from. 2 plus 2 is how much she's going to gain. That gives her 4. Those were her 2 turns, so now it comes back to me. I have collected resources, and I definitely want to plan ahead about what I want to get up to. I know exactly what Edith is going to do next. She's going to build a road, and then she's going to build a marketplace. So, I want to make sure that I keep her moves in mind as I collect up resources and think about how I'm going to build out on the map. Now, if she builds a road, that's going to extend her reach or my reach throughout the map. I'd like to be able to capitalize on that. Now, I've got 2 browns. All right, regardless, my next step is certainly to go to the trade house. There are 3 different actions that can take place as part of a trade house turn. I can do any of them. I could do none of them. I could do them in any order I wish. But before I do, this little 1 through 8 indicates that as long as my tiles are in ascending numerical order, I get to collect a coin. My tiles are in ascending order, so I'm going to collect that coin and then make a decision about what I'm going to do here at the trade house. I think I definitely want to purchase a good. Now, this indicates that I have to pay 2 coins to purchase a good. And I think my best bet would be to build a road. But I can't build a road because I don't have gray or white. I only have brown. I'm going to have to build a house or a marketplace. In the absence of a road, that doesn't help me. So I'm going to plan ahead for next time. I'm going to get a marketplace. Yeah, I'm going to get a marketplace. So I would like to purchase a gray one. I've paid for that. No, a white one. Marketplace, white one. Yeah. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to think about doing is hiring a worker. Or I could spend these 2 coins. No, I get to do it once. So I'm going to hire a worker. I'm actually going to hire these workers here. This is a 1 and a 4, which is definitely going to knock me out of ordering. I won't get that extra coin, but I think I can live with that. Yeah, I think I can. I'm going to put this right here. Now I could stack them up, and I don't want to cover anything just yet. So that was my first move. My second move is going to be to move all the way forward to the castle. I can't build any of these things because marketplaces are built at the end of a road or in between road segments. Houses, they're built in triangles that have a road on one of their edges, and I can't build a road because I don't have the resources for it. So I'm going to push forward, get my payment to the king taken care of, and then I'll be able to collect some more resources and build off of what Edith does next. So when you reach the king, you must stop at the castle. You are required to discard down to 3 resources. I've only got 3, so that's not a problem. You're also required to place one of these small tiles. It has to cover up one of the resources that you have available to you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up this 5. Those are my 2 moves, so now we're back to Edith, and she is going to build a road. Again, not paying any resources to do so. Now, roads are comprised of these 2 road pieces as well as a milestone piece. Roads must be extended from a place that has a marketplace or extended from another road that's already on the board. In this case, Edith only has the choice of extending from the marketplace, but she can do it in a lot of different ways. I get to choose the manner in which she places her roads as long as I abide by the fact that she wants to score as many points as possible. Now in this case, she's only going to be able to score 2, so I'm gonna pay attention to the route that we take. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend in this manner. If I do this, then on my next turn I can place a marketplace here at 1. I'd really like to be able to collect a little bit more than that. So I'm going to extend her down this way. I'm going to take a chance that she doesn't capitalize too much. All right, she is, the way that roads score, you get the points for whatever milestone you place the black milestone marker on. In this case, it's a 2 for Edith. So she's already at 6. I haven't scored anything yet. That was her first move. The next move she's gonna make, yeah, mistakes were made. Let's retcon. Move it right up there. The next thing that Edith is gonna do is create a marketplace. I swung that road up because I don't want her to get this 2 points. And marketplaces can only be added to the end of roads or if there's a gap in between road segments. So here comes her marketplace. She is going to score the amount of the milestone she covered, and in this case, it's 1. Okay, Edith's turn is done, and I know next she's going to build a house. Houses are built within triangles. As long as the triangle has a road along one of its edges, it's fair game for building a house. My turn. I need to put up one more of these. All right, I have already paid my tithe to the king, so I'm going to get moving around the rondel. My first maneuver is certainly going to be to collect 2 of these yellow cubes. I think they're grain, and we use them to make flour and get points off of marketplaces. So I'd like that to be one of my moves in a subsequent round. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm certainly going to go ahead and collect my 2 coins. That's my 2, back to Edith. Edith is going to build a house, and she really only has 3 choices for where to put it. Here, here, or here. The way that houses score is you collect the points available for any vertices that have milestones showing for that triangle. Now the good news is this triangle only has 1. It's a 2. Same thing for this one, same thing for this one. So really, she's only going to score 2 off of this. It's just a question of where I want to put this house. I'm just going to go ahead and put it right there. So she's going to get 2 more. She's got 9 to my 0. Hopefully I'm about to score some points. My next maneuver, after she's done that... Oh, maybe it's time for her... Yeah, no, she's got one more job to do, and that's to build. Hire a worker. That's a 6. That's a 1. Placing the tile from left to right. Now it's me. I am going to come down here to the trade house for sure. I have... Oh, I wonder if I shouldn't. I can't build a market yet, but I can plan that for next time around. I definitely want to place a flower over there. Yeah, I'll be able to get a good amount of points for that too. And she's going to place a flower if I don't, so I have to make this my next move, or my second move of the turn. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and I am going to pay 2 to get a gray cube. So I've got a lot of cubes, which is good for building. I'm planning on covering up this one. Yeah, I think this is going to be okay, but I've got to make sure I spend cubes too. Oof. I have to pay a tithe to the king if I don't build something. Oof. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do instead? Maybe not buy this gray cube. I think I'll buy a worker, and I'm gonna buy this one. Now, I'm gonna stack it up right over here. Am I? No, I'm gonna stack it right here. And I technically, because it's different stacks, I'm just going to move this out of the way. Now everything is covered as it should be. So I spent my 2 coins to get workers, and now I'm going to go ahead and go straight to the flour. Alright, so I paid that. I'm able to place this flour on this marketplace. I get to score 2 connected milestones. I could score 2 and 3, 3 and 2, 2 and 1, 2 and 1. Obviously, I'm going to go for 2 and 3 and score 5. Pretty good bump up. I also, when I put that bag of flour on there, I get to collect a coin. So I'm going to have to choose what item I'm going to get rid of, because in my next turn I'm going to have to stop at the castle, and I'm only permitted to have 3 things total. Let's go over to Edith's turn. Edith would like to put a bag of flour on a market, but I've beaten her to it, so that turn is a wash. The next thing she's going to do is build a road. And I need to make sure that I build the road in such a way that she scores the highest amount of points of options available. Okay. Yeah. She can build out this way and score 3, this way and score 2. It's 1 over here. I think the 3 is going to be her best bet. So that's what I'm going to do for her. And in fact, I'm going to move her along this way to kind of stretch into further spaces. So she is going to score 3. All right. That was her second move. Remember, the first one was a wash. Now it's my turn, and I have to stop at the castle for my first move. I think my best bet is to get rid of this coin. I have the option to collect up 3, and my numbers are back in order again. So getting rid of that coin is the least sort of crushing loss. For my second maneuver, I am going to for my second maneuver, I'm actually going to come all the way around, skipping collecting resources, skipping getting my extra coin. I'm coming right to build a marketplace. I have the tokens to be able to do that, so I'm going to do it. And where am I going to put it? I'm going to put it right here on this 4. That's going to put me at 9. When I've played this previously, oh my goodness, my last practice game, I was 40 points behind Edith and I was never able to recover. So for me, moving more quickly around this rondel to value collecting points so she doesn't get them is kind of my strategy. I still have a cube. I've taken my 2 turns. It's Edith's turn next. She is going to attempt to build a marketplace. I have to look to see, are there any road endings where she could? And the answer is no. I've built it there already. Are there any gaps in between roads? And the answer there is no as well. They either have milestones or they have marketplaces. So this is another turn that's a wash for her. She is going to build a house, and I have to do it where she scores the most points. Fortunately, what I'm seeing here is a 2. This is also a 2. This is also a 2. She doesn't make use of these, so I'm not going to give that to her. I'm just going to cluster her houses right over in this area and give her 2 points. Those are her 2 turns. Now back to me. I don't have the ability to build anything, so I'm going to go straight to the castle. There's no need for me to discard down. I do have to cover up, and I think my best bet is to cover up that brown. Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. For my second turn, I know that Edith is going to get the opportunity to build the flower on this marketplace in her next turn. So I don't have the ability to stop her. I could collect up some wheat to be able to beat her next time. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 wheat for my second turn. All right, back to Edith. She is going to hire a worker. She's gonna hire the 5th one. And then she's gonna put down a bag of flour. She gets to collect points from 2 surrounding milestones, and it's a bunch of 2s and 1s. She'll favor those 2s and get 4 points. Alright, the gap between myself and Edith is getting quite large, so I'd really like to be able to score some points to work at catching up. My next job, I am 100% going to collect 3 coins, and then I'm going to head to the trade house. She's going to build a road. She's going to get 4 points for that. That's rough. But I have to go to the trade house because I don't have the ability to collect the resources needed even for roads. But I do like a tile that's there an awful lot. So Edith's going to pull ahead of me here for a bit. Probably for the rest of the game. First move, trade house for sure. I am going to collect my coin for having my tiles in ascending numerical order. I'm going to spend 2 of those coins to get a worker. I really like the look of this one, which has a white and a gray. That opens up my ability to collect tokens. So I'm just going to move this tile over and cover up. I'm also... She's going to build a marketplace, and I'm going to be able to cover it up. She's going to build a road as well. So I'd ideally like to be able to do a road, but you know, I know what road she's going to build. It's going to be here. I think I'm going to spend these 2 coins to get a resource. And I think that resource is going to be a white. Because I suspect that I'm going to end up covering up that white when I get to the castle. Oh, but it's my turn again. Maybe I shouldn't get a white. I know I can't build a marketplace. Oh no, it's my turn again. I absolutely want to... Oh no, I want to do that next. I don't think I want to build a house. I'd rather be... So maybe I won't pay for white. Maybe I pay for gray. Yeah, maybe I pay for gray. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. There's nothing really ideal about my position right now because I'd like to be able to build a road, but really with this brown, my only 2 options are a marketplace and a house. I can't build a marketplace because there's no opening spots for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the points while I can. I'll build a house. So there it is. I'll pay those 2, and I can get 2 points, same as Edith, and it doesn't really matter where I put this. I'd love to be able to put it here and collect this +1 token. Unfortunately, I don't have a brown to be able to put it on, and so that would be a waste. Once I get a brown cube, I might circle back to that. But for now, my best bet is points. So I'm going to go ahead and put it there, get 2 points. Those are my 2 moves. Now back to Edith. She's going to build a road. And I've already seen that in this area, this 4 is the highest she can get. So that's where she's going to build her road. Where do I want the second one to go? I'm not going to be able to build a road. Oh, I've got the materials, but I won't be able to build it for a while. Maybe quicker than her. So let's put it here. And she got 4. Okay. She built a road. Now she's going to build a marketplace. The only place for her to build a marketplace is right here to collect 2. Alright, my turn. I'm going to go ahead and capitalize on the fact that she just built a marketplace by putting flour out. And it looks like 3 and 1 are the only numbers connected to the end of that road, so I'm going to get 4. Alright, here I come, Edith. And then I have to stop at the castle, and I have to cover up one of my resources. I'm going to make it this coin. Maybe I can get a good worker hired and fill in that gap in the future. That's the end of my turn, and it goes back to Edith. Edith is going to build a house. She's going to build a house, and 2 remains her best option. Again, the triangle has to have a road on one of the edges in order to score with a house. So I'm going to pop her right up here. She'll score 2. That's her house. And then she's going to hire a worker. The 5th one, in fact. Remember, when Edith hires her next worker, she's just going to stack it right up on top here. Alright, that's it for Edith. And I know that she is going to place flour on a marketplace, if there is one, next round, and then she'll build a road. I don't have any way at all to build a road before her, but I'd love to be able to build a marketplace and collect that 5. So the goal is a marketplace. I can do that with coins and a white, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up a white cube, and I'm also going to pick up 2 coins to be able to get the brown that I'm missing. That's my 2 moves. Edith can't put a flour bag on a marketplace. She can build a road. She's going to do it right over here because there's a 3 available. Now, an important note about roads is that they cannot form a closed loop. There's no way that either one of us gets to put a road in this spot. Alright, Edith, 3. Alright, I'm at 16, and she's at 29. So, in typical fashion, she's really pulled ahead. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch up to her, but let's give it a shot. My turn. I'm certainly coming down here. These are all in numerical order, so I'll get a coin. I want to be able to build the marketplace to get that 5, so I'm going to do it. There's my 2 to get the brown that I need, and then my second move, make a marketplace. This 5 is available, so that's exactly where I'm going to put it. Alright, 21 to 29. Those were my 2 moves. I paid for the marketplace. And the good news is I'm going to be able to flour bag that marketplace before she gets a chance to if I play it smart. We'll see if I'm capable. Next, Edith is going to build a marketplace if she can, and there are no terminal roads and there's no gaps in between road pieces. So she's not going to build a marketplace, but she will build a house. And It looks like, as before, the only triangles that are available have 2s. That's it for her. Now me. Oof. I'm not going to be able to do... Yeah. I'm not going to be able to place a flower on there, because I have to stop at the castle. Bit of a shame, because that's 5 points. Would have made a big difference for me. Alright, moving forward. My only option is to go to the castle, so I'm going to have to cover up a space. I'm going to make it this... Yeah, I'm going to make it this gray. And the next thing I'm going to do is... I'm going to take my time around the rondel this time and see how it goes. I'll get a white. Edith. And flower bag. Now, unfortunately, this 5 points is Edith's. She's at 36. I'm at 21. Those are her 2 moves. My next move, I'm going to get my 2 yellows. I'm also going to collect 2 coins. Edith builds a road. I know she can get a 3 here. Quite like that. And I think that's the best she can do, because it's a 1 over here, a 2 over here. Yeah, here comes the 3. Let's do this. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so she gets 3. Putting her at 39, now it's my turn. I'm going to pop down here, get my coin because I'm in ascending order. I am going to spend 2 coins to get a brown. I am also going to spend 2 coins to hire a worker. It would be fantastic to get a brown and a gray, but I'm not going to be able to do that. I also kind of have to be in this area because I don't want to cover any of these up, and I do want to keep myself in order. I don't want to cover up my yellows either. I've managed to time that pretty well. I think what I'll do is I'll take this yellow and white. Alright, that was my first move, and my second one is absolutely going to be to build a marketplace. I'm going to do that on this 4, which gives me 4 points. I'm at 25. Okay, that's it. Back to Edith. She's going to try to build a marketplace, but she can't. She's going to build a house for sure, and it's going to be worth 2, 2, 2, 2. It's got to be worth 2. I'm going to put... Oh, she can't even build there. There's no road. I'm going to pop it right there. That's her moves. Now me, I am going to manage to sneak in there and get the flower on the marketplace. Now that's going to give me 5, which actually puts me to 30, and she's at 41. There's my 2 payment. That was my first move. My second move is to go to the castle, and I just have to cover something up. I am going to make it this yellow. Next, Edith. She's going to hire someone. And then she's going to try to put flour on a market. There is none available. Back to me. I'm going to collect 2 yellows. and 2 whites. That's it for me. Edith's gonna build a road. She can get 3 here, 2 here, 2 here, so I think she's gonna favor that 3. I think she tried to put flower. No, road was her first move, so she's gonna try to place a market. Is she gonna try to place a marketplace? Did I mess that up? One of the challenges of narrating a video is that sometimes I get confused about what I've done because I'm busy talking about it instead of thinking. I have a feeling, based on the way it's been going, that she would have tried this to start with. Let's hope I'm not cheating. I think that was Edith's 2 moves onto me. No, I don't think it was, actually. I'm going to go ahead and say that she hasn't had her 2 moves, and I'm going to build that right there and give her 2. Better safe than sorry. Now it's my turn. I am going to collect 2 coins. And come on down here, collect another one for ascending order. And now I have to decide, do I want to build or do I want a worker? I think I can stand to cover up that white one and build a worker in the next go. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a good. And I'm going to make it a gray. Yeah. So that I could build a road. Yes. Edith's turn. She builds a house. The house is worth 2. Then she buys a worker. This 4th one. That's it for her. Back to me. I'm going to build a road. And I'm going to build my road over this 5. That might be the first road I've built. So I'm at 35. That was my first move, and my next move is going to be to pay these to cover up this marketplace, and I'm going to get 4 plus any one of these ones. I'm going to get 5 more. Am I on 35? Probably. 40. Closing that gap. Edith is up. Her first turn is spent wishing she could put flour on a market, but she can't. Her second one is spent building a road. And unfortunately, there's a 4-point road out here available for her. So those are her 2 turns. Now me. I have to go here and cover up. I'm going to cover up this white. The next thing I'm going to do is grab 2 of these, and that's my 2 turns. Edith is going to build a marketplace. She can either build it at a 2 or a 3. She's going to go ahead and build it at the 3. She's also going to build a house, and this time she's got to squeeze in here to be able to get her 2 points. All right, my turn. I know I'm gonna get 6 points for that marketplace. Can I do anything else to bump up here? Building a road would be awfully good. I'm not going to be able to build that road in enough time. Okay. Her next turn is going to be to hire a worker and cover up that marketplace, and I cannot let that happen, so I am going to come straight down here, collect my coin. I'm going to trade these 2 coins to get a worker. And I'm going to pick this. Yeah, I just got to do it. I'm going to pick the out of numerical sequence. If I cover up this white, there's some good road stuff coming up, which is why I'm torn. This is a road 4, this is a road 5. That's a marketplace 4 based on how our roads have been built. Roads take gray and white, which is why I ideally wanted to take this. But it's going to put me out of order. It is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah. And my second move is to come all the way over here, pay my 2 wheat, get that marketplace. Now there's a 4 and a 2 here, so I'm going to get 6. Okay. Next. Edith. She's going to hire 3. And then she's going to try to put flour on the marketplace, but she can't. Her turn is over. Now it's me. I have to cover something up at the castle. I'm going to make it this 3 coin. Now I'm still not in numerical order. I have a 4 in the middle of a 5 and a 7, but next time around, something to think about. The next thing that I'm going to do, this was my 1. Now I'm going to think ahead for roads. I'm going to go right here to get a gray. Yeah, I'm kind of in the rebooting. I'm going to spend a long round collecting things along the rondel. It is Edith's turn. She's going to build a road. And it's going to be the 4 that I spotted out earlier. Yeah, cool. So that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when the first person, either myself or Edith, gets to 67, the opposite person gets 1 more turn and then the game is over. So realistically, it doesn't look good for me. I don't think that I am going to make it. But honestly, being up in the 40s score-wise when I landed the last game in the 20s feels like a win. So I'm alright with where I'm at. Okay, Edith just built that road. And I think she's going to lay a marketplace. Does that feel right? Yeah. I don't think I said anything this time about her not being able to do that. So her marketplace choices are a 1 or a 2. She favors more points. So there is her 2. My turn. And this is probably the penultimate turn. So I want to build my road and I want to... She's going to build a house. That's not going to get her a lot. And she's going to hire a worker. It's not the penultimate turn. I think I've got 3 left. So I'll spend them wisely. Get 2 yellows. Do I need coins, honestly? Yeah, I better get the 2 coins just in case. Edith builds a house. Certainly there's a house worth 2. Here is a house worth 3. She's 1 point away from ending it. She's gonna hire a worker though, which doesn't actually score her anything. Alright. I have 2 turns left based on where she is on the score sheet. So I am going to optimize. I'm actually going to go straight ahead and build the road. That's going to score me 5 as spotted earlier. 51. I'm also going to go here and spend my 2 and place a flower here. I'm going to take 5 more. Alright, that puts me at 56. I'm not going to win, but I put up a good fight. Edith goes, she can't actually put any flour down because there are no open markets, but she can build a road. And I see a 3 over here, a 3, a 1, a 3. There's a 3 over here as well. Oh yeah, my last turn's gonna be wasted. So she's gonna score her 3. 1, 2, 3. She's past 67, symbolizing the end of her go at the game, which means that I've got 1 more turn. Unfortunately, my first turn lands me at the castle, where I have to cover something up. It does not matter what gets covered up. I'll make it that gray. My second turn, I'm going to collect some resources, and unfortunately, there's nothing I can do with those resources. So, the game is over. The points are exactly as they're laid out. There's no additional scoring available. I think 67 to 56 is a pretty decent score, given how challenging the solo bot is. I think this is a great game. It's a great exercise in spatial reasoning and being able to spot out what are the ways that I can capitalize on what Edith is doing. I think realistically, this was certainly a game that was created with multiple players in mind. However, as far as unofficial solo variants goes, this is a great one. If this game looked interesting to you, I found it for about $10 on the secondhand market. Go take a look. Great game. Thank you for watching, and to my future self, make sure you get this game back on the table again soon. Take care.